guys, it's me. Let's get ready for a market while baking bread, and let's just talk about the day. I'm about to make banana bread, but before I do, I'm going to start the yeast for my yeast bread. I'm kind of getting a late start. It's 4:30, but today has just been one of those days. It's been rainy, makes you just want to take a nap, not really do anything. But yeah, it's been an overall good day. Slow day at the store, but that's okay. But we're getting ready for the market. Tomorrow I will be in Island, at Island Cycle Works, and we'll be set up there. Erin is going to Beaver Dam to the farmer's market, so that's going to be fun. Yeah, it's been a good day. Today I got to talk to somebody about canning, and I love that. If you ever have questions, just message me. I love helping. I've also been kind of stewing on the idea of a 4th book. I wonder what I would write. I've already done kind of like an autobiography type deal. I've done a devotional. I've done something where like the kids and the lessons they bring. So what would the 4th book be? But yeah, I forgot that I was supposed to do bread this week on like Tuesday. So we had to find bananas pretty quickly. Luckily, the dollar store had the perfect bananas for bread. Also, if a recipe says to soften your butter, microwave works. This week I didn't have a whole lot of bread to make for my bread orders, so I didn't have to double my recipe or anything. It's been a long time since I didn't have to double it, so I was very in tune on my recipe card. Speaking of a recipe card, this is my Amish cinnamon bread recipe. There's still words on there. Not many, but they're there. Today after school was over, the kids had to go clean their room. Apparently Maddie thinks that cleaning her room means moving it around, so she definitely takes after me on that. She did say that I wasn't strong enough to move her vanity. The vanity came from me. Who do you think moved it in there? Sometimes I wish that I kept track of exactly like how much sugar that I go through in a month. How much sugar do you think that I go through in a month? We buy a 20-pound bag, but I tend to add to it before it runs out completely. So I'd like to know exactly how many pounds of sugar and flour that I use in a month. So I mentioned the other day in one of my videos that I had never used a potato masher until I got with Erin. But now it's like one of my favorite kitchen tools, you know? Ground beef, potato masher. Potatoes, potato masher. Bananas, potato masher. Seriously, if you don't have one, incorporate it in your kitchen. It's a good tool. I do think that next year I am going to start tracking just how many eggs and flour and sugar that I use just for the farm, not even including what we use at home. Now, we buy 60 eggs at a time, but my kids really like hard-boiled eggs. Maddie has figured out how to make deviled eggs, so she'll just have deviled eggs for lunch. But what I do is one day a week I will just boil a bunch of hard-boiled eggs, peel them, put them in the fridge, and that way we can all just grab and go. It's a great high-protein snack. And if you're not really kind of watching calories and stuff, you can just make deviled eggs whenever the mood hits, because you can just make like 2 eggs, 4 deviled eggs, perfect for lunch. Your favorite kitchen tool? What is something that you use frequently? Like I said, a potato masher is one of my tops. A good like rubber spatula, and my teaspoon. It never goes back on the ring. It is just independent of everything. Also, since moving to the farm, we inherited this. I'll show you in a minute. It's like a metal hutch thing, and I put my recipes on there with a magnet. So if you don't have like a magnet board in your kitchen, maybe get one. Like I said, it is very helpful to have my recipes right here, right with my mixer. I would not be a good meteorologist, but this is what we're working with. And my recipes just tend to stay there. That way I don't lose them. My cookbook is right on top of the fridge. Although I did get a new cookbook, or a new binder, for just the farm recipes. Anyway, all of my recipes are going in my new binder. I got it at Walmart, super cute, not sponsored, but I could be. Walmart, call me. But yeah, all of my recipes are going in here, and that way it's just a one grab separate from the recipes I use for home. What is your pantry staples? So we have tended to try and go more natural, right? You've been with me on this journey of us canning things and whatnot. What are your pantry staples? Now, mind you, we are canning all of our vegetables and whatnot, and Aaron still came home with a whole pizza for the kids for supper. It's on balance. So me and Aaron will be having like a garden. Sorry, my phone storage is acting up. Me and Aaron will be having a garden bake for supper. The kids are gonna have a whole pizza. It's fine. You do you. Anyway, what's your pantry staples? I'm going to end this video. The bread's about ready to go in the oven while I make the yeast bread. But I would love to talk with you. I would love to answer questions. And I would love to hear your input on my questions. See you soon.